श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम श्रीशैलाभिजनाम्बुराशशनं श्रीकृष्णतातात्मजं श्रीशैलान्वये देवनाथसुधियप्राप्तागमान्तद्वयं पादाब्जे नरसिंहताते गुरोर्न्यस्तात्मरक्षाभरं विद्वद्वृन्दचकोरचन्दिरमहं रामानुजार्यं श्रये श्रीरङ्गसुधामधुसमास्वादयन्तं श्रीरङ्गमहिषीपदपङ्कजात्मजं सुलभाश्रयं सदा मोदसिद्धमद्भुतं भजेऽहं गुरुं तं रङ्गनाथप्रियं सुखासनस्थं हृदयाब्जपीठे चिन्मुद्रयालङ्कृतपाणिपद्मं शुभोपवीतं विमलोर्ध्वपुण्ड्रं नमामि रङ्गं गुरुं अन्तरङ्गे नमामि योगसम्राज्ञीं विजयां विजयप्रदां श्रीरङ्गार्धासनासीनां करुणां मम मातरं गुरुरूपपरं ज्योतिः ज्योतिरूपगुरुः परः अज्ञानमन्दिरं ह्येतते गुरुविज्ञानमन्दिरं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमो व्योमभास्करः सकृदेव प्रपन्नाय तवास्मीति च याचते अभयं सर्वभूतेभ्यः ददाम्येतद्व्रतं मम मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना. With salutations to our Guru and the Guru of all Gurus, will commence our session today. In the previous session, whenever that ended, that looks like ages ago, we, I think, concluded the 24th chapter. We have to get into the 25th chapter now. Panchavimsha Sargaha Sita Nirvedaha Tatha tasam vadantinam parusham darunam bahu rakshasinam asaumyanam ruroda janakatmaja. So until now we've seen how the Rakshasis threaten Sita Mata with various consequences, and we've seen description about different types of Rakshasis, each one having their own extraordinary abilities to terrify. Just by their Rupam and Akaram is one way to terrify. The others tried to use their voice, their ayudhas and so on, and eventually telling her that they will kill her if she does not accede to what Ravana has asked her to do, right? So, atha asaumyanam tasam rakshasinam, these rakshasis are asaumyaha. Saumya means beautiful abdinartham. So, that is usually associated with Soma, right? Soma and Surya are integral to our body as well as the universe. That is Surya and Chandra. So if you have Chandra's blessings, right? If you are first in line in queue with Chandra, then he will make you an Aishwarya Rai, right? Or Amitabh Bachchan, okay? Or Ranbir Kapoor or whatever it is. So that is called as Saumya. They have the Kataksham of Chandrama, okay? So இதுக்காக போய் நம்ம ஹாரோஸ்கோப்பை மாற்ற முடியாது. நம்மளுக்கு என்ன வந்திருக்கோ அதை வச்சு நம்ம கண்டினியூ பண்ணோம். So these ladies, Rakshasis, are asaumyaha. They are very ugly looking. And on top of that, Parusham Darunam Bahu Vadanti. Right? They are talking harsh words which are also terrifying in nature. Darunam. Right? Darunam, those who know Telugu, this word is very frequently Enta Darunanga undi babu antaru. So Darunam is a word that is frequently used. Darunam means very terrifying. And the consequence of that is Janakatmaja Ruroda. She started to क्रै एवमुक्ता तु वैदेही राक्षसीभिर्मनस्विनी उवाच परमत्रस्ता बाष्पगद्गदया गिरा. So, having been spoken in this manner by the Rakshasis, right? What did she do? She is a Manaswini. Manasvino Bhanucharato Nusandivam, says the Mahanarayana Upanishad, right? Manasvi is somebody whose mind is eternally tuned to the Supreme Being, and they are thoughtful or meditative in gait as well as in nature. So if somebody is really talkative, just by looking at them you can make it. வாயிலேருந்து வேர்ட்ஸ் போறது அப்படின்றது பார்த்த உடனே தெரிய வந்துடும், right? So that's how talkative people will look like. In a similar manner, those who have realized the Supreme Being and are in constant touch with the Paramatman, the moment you look at them, நம்மளுக்கு பேச தோணாது. We will ourselves get into a state of meditation. So these are all the Dharma Sukshmas. And she is a Manaswini lady. Okay, she is a noble lady in general translation, but somebody who is meditative in nature, Vaidehi. But at this point of time, she is Paramatrasta. She is extremely terrified now. And what did she do? Bashpa Gadgadaya Gira Uvacha. She spoke in this manner. Gira abdina Vacham Shabdam, right? Vagdevi. She spoke in this manner with a choked voice. Gadgadamana voice nala. Namanushi Rakshasasya Bharya Bhavitumarhati Kamakhadatamaam Sarva Nakarishyami Vovachaha. Remember that a Manushi lady, a human being, can never be the wife of a Rakshasa. And I give you permission now, right? You want to eat me? Kamam khadata. Eat me in whichever manner you want. But na karishyami vovachaha. I will never do what you are saying right now. Sa rakshasi madhyagata sita surasutopama na sharma lebhe dukkarta ravanena chatarjita. Rakshasi madhyagata. She is surrounded by the different demonesses there. But at the same time, she is surasutopama. She is very divine. She is looking like the daughter of the divine, Sura Suta Upama. And Ravanena Tarjita Sa Sita. She has been threatened by Ravana. And she, in this point, in this particular situation, Sharma na lebhe. She did not get peace. In fact, if you look at the word Sharma, right? Who are you instantly reminded of? டக்குன்னு சொல்லணும் இன்னைக்கு.
ரோஹித் சர்மா.
ரோஹித் சர்மா. Right, Rohit Sharma. Sharma is somebody who today he should not be peaceful, right? So who is usually peaceful in nature, right? Who has this aspect of Sharma. You only can have their last name as Sharma. Again, all these last names in India, Dvivedi, Chaturvedi, right? Trivedi, right? They are all Mukhyopadhyay, Bandyopadhyay, Sharma. They are all very, very popular, not only in North India, even in South India, right?
ராகவன் நம்ம எல்லாம் அபியோதய சொல்லும்போது சர்மா சொல்றோம்ல.
ஆமாம், நம்ம Sharma Namaham Asmi Boho. So by default, we all have it's like a generic surname for all of us, right? Sharmaங்கிறது அந்த சொலாஸ், அந்த பீஸ் இருக்கா அப்படிங்கிறது தான் நம்ம அபிவாதே பண்றச்சே சொல்றோம். Those who bless us also, they say that, Bho Ayushman Bhava Saumya Srinivasa Sharma, because Srinivasa spoke, right? Srinivasa Sharma அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். அவரும் may you get peace அப்படின்னு அவரும் ஆசீர்வாதம் பண்ணுவார். So all these words have very good connotations and meaning at this point of time. Yeah, okay. She is not peaceful, right? Vepate smadhikam sita vishanti vangamatmanah vane yutha paribhrashta mrigi kaukairivardita. further description of her state of sorrow comes right now. Vane yutha paribhrashta kaukaihi ardita mrigiva. So this is a upamanam that is given to Sita's state is, imagine a hiran or a deer has left its herd and it is now hunted by wolves. Okay. Kokaihi அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். கோகைனா wolves-னு அர்த்தம். And that is exactly her state now. Extremely terrified. Deer itself is an animal which is very, very conscious and cautious about its surroundings. Okay. And in general, it has this ability to get terrified easily. Okay. So, நம்ம ஜட பரதன் அப்படின்னு ஒருத்தர் இருந்தார், ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? So he became a deer because he got a lot of attachment to that animal. He started to tend it in spite of getting Atma Jnanam. He got that sense of attachment to the deer, and in the next Janma, when he was about to pass away, he was thinking so much about the deer that he became a deer itself, right? And Hiran has deer has an extreme importance in our Sanatana Dharmam. And you see that, for example, the skin of dead deers, okay, they will not kill deers and wear it. So they take the skin out of dead deers and it has extreme spiritual properties. Okay. So all the sannyasis use it. At the same time, you will see that Lord Shiva also sports it in his hand, isn't it? Or carefully observe panana idalam theriyum. So it is a symbolic representation of dharma. As they say, grihitaiva kesheshu mrityuna dharmamacharet. Ajaramaravat prajnaha vidyamarthancha sadayete. Grihitaiva kesheshu mrityuna dharmamacharet. Right? You should acquire knowledge as if you do not have old age or death. That is first part. Ajaramaravat prajnaha vidyam arthamcha sadayet. Both education as well as wealth. At the same time, grihita iva kesheshu mrityuna dharmamacharet. Remember that death or Lord Yama is holding your kudumi. Okay. Which means you may pass away any time. May that fear be there, and with that fear you perform dharma. And that is the exact fear the deer has. Okay. So that aspect of dharma and deer, they correlate here. And it's a nice analogy that Kavi has given to Sita Mata. Atmanaha angam vishantihi adhikam vepatesma. She started trembling and withdrawing her fingers, toes, etc. Sa tvashokasya vipulam shakham alambya pushpitam chintayamasa shokena bhartaram bhagnamanasa. So she started to lean against the tree, which she is close to the Ashoka tree, and she started to think about her husband, right? In a bhagna manasa, with a broken heart, she started to think again and again in a sorrowful tone. Sa snapayanti vipulau stavanau netra jalasravaihi chintayanti nashokasya tadantam adhigacchati. The kind of state of sorrow she got into was so deep and profound that she started to have continuous flow of tears in her eyes, so much that stanau snapayanti, she was wearing only one cloth, and that cloth itself became drenched with the kind of tears that were rolling down from her eyes. Chintayanti shokasya antam na adhigacchati. She could not find the antam of the shokam that she was going through. Sa vepamana patita pravate kadali yatha rakshasinam bhayatrasta vishanna bhavate. Sa pravate patita kadali yatha. Just like how a banana plant would waver when it encounters a storm. In a similar manner, vepamana rakshasinam bhayam trasta vivarna vadana. She became pale-faced. Varname poidtu. She started to really get into a terrified mode. What should I do? Abdinte. Tasya sa dirgha vipula vepantya sitaya tada dadrishe kampini veni vyaliva parisarpita. Vepantyaha tasyaha dirgha vipulaha kampini sa veni. When she was trembling and weeping terribly, this is a description of her long hair. It apparently looked like a parisarpati vyaliva dadrishe. It looked like a serpent. Okay, so she was kind of resting against the stem of the tree, and the long braid of her hair, it looked like a serpent. Ha rameti cha dukkharta, ha punar lakshmaneti cha. No. Sa nishwasanti dukkharta, shokopahata chetana, arta vyasrjadashruni, maithili vilalapaha. She started to take deep breaths. Nishwasanti dukkharta, she is very sorrowful. Shokopahata chetana, her mind is completely engulfed in sorrow. And artha, she does not know what to do next. And vilalapa, she constantly started to think about what I should be doing, and she started to cry. And how did she cry? Ha rameti cha dukkharta, ha punar lakshmaneti cha, ha swashru mama kausalye, ha sumitreti bhamini. She started to call out all her close associations and relations, starting with Rama, Lakshmana, and Swashru, okay, which is her Mamla நம்ம யோசிக்க மாட்டோம், ஆனா யோசிப்போம், which is her mother-in-law, okay, which is Kausalya Mata, okay, Kausalya and Sumitra, கைகையை விட்டுட்டா பாவம். Loka pravada satyoyam panditai samudahritah akale dullabho mrityuhu striya va purushasya va yatrahamevam krurabhi rakshasibhirihardita jivami hina ramena muhurtamapi dukkhita. What is he saying here? There's a loka pravaha, there's a popular saying that akale dullabho mrityuhu striyava purushasya. So she is in a state where she is ready to give away her life, okay, but she is reminded of this saying that remember, mrityu comes calling only at the time of appointment. Avarum or appointment ichna varuvar, அவர் 1 second முன்னாடியோ பின்னாடியோ வரமாட்டார். He follows a proper schedule, and that it is impossible to die when you want to die. அதுதான் இங்க meaning. Okay, that is her sorrowful state, that I am in the state of mess and misery. I want to die, but I can't die because Mrityu will not come running when I call him. It is only when, due to his own whims and fancies, that Mrityu will come. But I cannot muhurtamapi ramena hina na jivami. I cannot live even for a split second without Ramachandra by my side. So that's the sorrowful state that she is in. Eshalpa punya kripana vinashishyamya anathavate samudra madhye naupurna vayuvegairivahata. நம்மெல்லாம் சொல்றோம், right? We get into a state of misery at different points of time in our life. And sometimes we also think, if you have followed the path of Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, right? We sometimes may feel, yo, enna paapam pannano, right? Enna abindra Sita Mata herself is saying here, isn't it? That's the beautiful thing here, where although she is an Avatara Purushi, but she is a Manusham Janma at that point of time. She is displaying those emotions here. Alpa Punya, எனக்கு புண்ணியமே இல்லை, I am a lowly person. Kripana, I am a wretched person here. Anathavat, right? Samudra madhye vayuvegaihi ahata purna nauhu iva vinashishyami. I am getting ruined, just like a small rickety boat in the middle of an ocean gets tormented by the let's say a typhoon or a storm. and gets ruined. I am in a similar manner getting ruined here. Bhartaram tamapashyanti rakshasi vashamagata sidami khalu shokena kulam toya hatam yatha. Another analogy she herself is giving, Sita Mata herself is giving, is toya hatam tiram yatha. Just like the river bank gets torn under the current of water. See, this is the process of erosion, soil erosion by the river, a mighty river. That's the analogy she is giving. I am getting into a state where it looks like there is going to be ruin ahead. Tam padmadala patraksham simha vikranta gaminam dhanyah pashyanti me natham kritagnyam priyavadinam. Padma patraksham, that is, these are all the adjectives of Sri Ramachandra. Simha vikranta gaminam, one who walks majestically like a lion. Okay, Simha vikranta gaminam. Kritagnyam, he is somebody who is very grateful for anybody, isn't it? Kritagnaha. We had a detailed discussion about this in our Bhagavad Gita sessions, isn't it? Kritagnaha is one who is not only grateful. Grateful is a superficial definition of Kritagna. Kritagna is somebody who knows the Kriti or the creation. Okay, that is laws of nature. And he respects it and adores it and ensures that the laws of nature are followed. That person is called as a Kritagna. It is not somebody who says thank you for everything. Okay, so that is what you should keep in mind. So Kritagna is an Atma Guna that is said. Thank you solradhu Atma Gunama abdinaka. Remember it in this manner. It has a very deep meaning as to when you can really be a Kritagna. Right? Kritagnaha Priyavadinam it is a very sweet talker. Tam natham dhanyaha pashyanti. So she is telling that blessed are those who can see Lord Ramachandra, who has all these Atma Gunas. Okay, so see the kind of love and affection that she had to her husband, who is none other than the Paramatman. Sarvatha tena hinaya ramena viditatmana tikshnam vishamivā swadhya dullabham mama jivitam. Viditatmana tena, he is also a viditatma, atmajnani. Ramena hinayaha, I am being separated from Ramachandra now. Tikshnam visham aswadeva jivitam sarvada dullabham. So it is impossible for me to live right now like one who has drunk poison. So that's the current state of mind, as well as the tormentation that Sita Mata is going through. Ki drishantu maya papam pura janmantare kritam yenedam prapyate dukkham maya ghoram sudarunam. Again, she is thinking about என்ன பாபம் பூர்வ ஜென்மத்தில் நான் என்ன பாபம் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு யோசிக்கிறா. ஓகே, இதெல்லாம் நம்மளுக்கு ஆதர்ஷம். Whenever we go through such extremely miserable conditions, perhaps we should also get into that mode of paschatapam and get into the Vipaschitas chetasi bhavayanto velamudārāya digdha sindho அப்படின்னு வேதாந்த தேசிகர் ஹயக்ரீவ ஸ்துதியில சொல்றார். Vipaschitas chetasi bhavayanta paschatapam paschima buddhi. Purva buddhi, paschima buddhi. Purva buddhi is that kind of buddhi which takes us towards Prakriti. We will get drawn into the samsaram because of that. Paschima buddhi is something which takes you towards the Paramatman and makes us more, vivekis. We will know karya karana bhavam. That is exactly what is mentioned here, right? Punyam, papam, and their phalas. One has to invariably go through. There is no other option. Jeevitam tyaktumichhami shokena mahatavrita rakshasi bhishcha rakshantya Ramo na sadhyate maya. I will unable to continue my life in this manner. I am afflicted with great grief. Rakshasibhischa rakshantya Ramo nasatya. I have no hope to reach Lord Ramachandra with these kind of terrible Rakshasis around me. Dhigastu kalumanusyam, dhigastu paravashyata, nashakyam yat parityaktum, atmachandane chandena jeevitam. So she is in such a pitiable condition. She is saying, fie upon the human life. Right? ஒழிஞ்சு போட்டோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா? So that is exactly what she is saying. ஐயோ இந்த வாழ்க்கை இருக்கணுமா அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி. திகஸ்து கலு மானுஷ்யம் திகஸ்து பரவஷ்யதாம். It is fie upon this pitiable situation, this dependence on others. That is what she is expressing here, paravashyatam. Na shakyam yat parityaktum. I am unable to get rid of all of this, right? And I am also not able to give up my life by free will, as she has earlier said, that Kala is somebody who cannot come at your beck and call. So she is in an extremely tormented state. Ityashre Srimad Ramayane Valmiki Adhikaya Chaturvimshastikayam Samhitayam Sundarakande Sita Nirvedo Nama Panchavimsha Sargaha. So Kavi, among all sargas, he has perhaps made this as the shortest sarga in Srimad Sundara Kandam, I believe. Right? It's a very difficult sarga to go through. So therefore, there is no need to elaborate further. But in Shadvimsa Sargaha, it is about Pranatyaga Sampradharanam. She is getting on to the mode of leaving her life. Prasakta Shrumukhi Tvevam Bruvanti Janakatmaja Adhomukha Mukhi Bala Viluptumupachakrame. So the young daughter of Janaka, right? She began to cry again with her face bent down. Adhomukha mukhi. Utta unmatteva pramatteva bhranta chitteva shochati upavritta kishoriva viveshtanti mahitale. Unmatteva. She is currently in a bewildered state. Pramatteva, somebody who is extremely intoxicated. Bhranta chitteva, her mind is completely distracted. She is shochati, worrying. Upavritta kishoriva, like a young horse. If you go to a young untamed horse, how it will keep turning its body around and very restless, right? That is something in a state that Sita is right now. Raghavasya pramattasya rakshasa kamarupina Ravanena pramathyaham anita kroshati balate. I have been brought here by Ravana, right? In an improper manner. Ravanena pramathyaham anita. And at that point of time, I was Raghavasya pramattasya kamarupina rakshasa. She is describing how she was brought here by Maricha, who took on the form of a Kamarupi. He can take any form. He took the form of a deer. And that is how I have been brought here in a screaming manner. I was screaming when Ravana kidnapped me. Rakshasi Vashamapanna Bhatsemana Sudarunam Chintayanti Sudukkarta Naham Jeevitum Utsahe. And at this point of time, I am under the control of all the Rakshasis. I have come under their control right now. Sudaranam, Bhatsemana, they are all threatening me all the way. And Jeevitum na utsahe. I have no interest in continuing my life. Nahime jeevitenartho naivarther chabhushane vasantya rakshasi madhye vinaramam maharatham. Maharatham, Ramam Vina, without Rama, right? Who is a Maharatha, a very big chariot who can carry so many people, right? With him. Rakshasi Madhye Vasantyaha. I am in the middle of all these Rakshasis. I do not have any interest in wealth, Abharanam, etc., right? Ashmasaramidam nunam athavaapyajaraamaram hridayam mama yenedam na dukkhena avashiryate. Athava mama idam hridayam nunam ashmasaram. Right? Ajaramapi yena dukkhena navashiryate. It may be that, I still continue to live. I question myself whether my heart is made of stone. See how much, what's the state of her mind at that point of time. And it does not even get rid of the grief at that point of time. So that is what she's saying there. Dhing mamanaryam asatim yaham tena vinakrita muhurtam api rakshami jivitam papa jivita. So perhaps I am preserving this sinful life of mine, separated from Lord Ramachandra. Aham tena vinakrita muhurtam api jivitam rakshami. Right? Anaryam asatim mam dhik, fie upon me that I am in a state where I have to continue leading my life in this manner. Papa jivita அப்படின்னு சொல்லிக்கிறாப்பாவும். काचमे जीविते श्रद्धा सुखे वातं प्रियं विना भर्तारं सागरान्ताया वसुधाया प्रियं वदम्. सागरान्तायाः वसुधायाः भर्तारं प्रियं वदं तं विना मे जीविते सुखे श्रद्धा का. How can I have interest in the kind of pleasure without my husband right next to me? He is a priyavadi. Okay. And he is somebody who Sagarantaya Vasudhaya Priyam Vadam. He can make the entire world happy with his presence as well as words. Bhidyatam bhakshetam vapi shariram visarjamyaham nachapyaham chiram dukkham saheyam priyavarjita. Aham shariram visarjami. I'll give up my body. Break me into pieces or eat me up. I cannot bear this sorrow any longer. Pavam. Abdine nachapyaham chiram dukkam saheyam priyavarjita. I am not with my husband right now. Charanena api savyena nasprisheyam nishacharam ravanam kim punaraham kamayeyam vigarhitam. Nishacharam vigarhitam ravanam aham savyena charanena nasprisheyam kim punaha kamayeyam. I cannot even touch this vile person called Ravana with my left foot. What to speak of loving him? Okay. In other words, there is a dharma sukshmam here. Whenever we do a dharma karyam, we keep our best foot forward. It is usually the right foot. Okay. என்னால் லெஃப்ட் ஃபுட்டில் தான் எழுத முடியும், லெஃப்ட் ஹேண்டில் தான் எழுத முடியும். ஸோ ஐ வில் புட் மை லெஃப்ட் ஃபுட் ஃபார்வர்டுன்னு போகக்கூடாது. ஓகே, ரைட் ஃபுட் இஸ் ஆல் அபவுட் dharma. It is about the Surya, okay, who is Aditya, who is the supporter of dharma. He is in the right side of our body. Chandra is supposed to control the left side of our body, the Ida and Pingala nadis. That is why it is said, Om Brahmanasya Dakshine Haste Hotavyam. When you are giving a dana to a Brahmana, you should give in his right hands, Dakshine Haste Hotavyam, because a tapasvi Brahmana who has attained Brahmajnana, right, he will be in a position to bless you through the great power of tapas that will flow through his right hand, right? And Charanangushtagam, even when we do the Pada Tirtham, it is usually first given to the right foot. Although Bhagavan's Sripadam, both Padam are equally adorable. We say that Ganges emanated from the right toe of Lord Sriman Narayana. Yeah, adukku dharma sukshma irukku. And here she is saying, I cannot even touch this person with my left foot. So if you usually use your left foot and go forward, that means that it is against the will of the Lord. It is, which means, see, we talk about Shreyas and Preyas. Both are needed for life. Right? Anything in excess is something which is not desirable. Neither too much of Shreyas. If you are too much of Shreyas, you are a sannyasi. If you are too much of Preyas, then you are a Charuvaka. Charuvaka. You want to enjoy life, squeeze the lemon to the full. So do you want that to happen, or do you want a balanced life? So that is something which is enabled by the use of the right foot. So she is saying, I cannot even think of touching him with the left foot. Pratyakyanam na janati natmanam natmanah kulam yo nrisham sasvabhavena mam prarthaitum icchati yaha nrisham sabhavena, with a cruel nature. He is pleading me, isn't it? Prarthaitum ichchati atmanam pratyakyatam na janati. He has no heart. He pleads to gain my hands. Okay, he is aware neither of his own self nor his family. Okay, atmanam pratyakyatam na janati. Somebody who is an extreme idiot and an ajnani. Chinna bhinna prabhinna va deepta vagnau pradipita Ravanam nopatishtheyam kim pralapena vaschiram. Chinnava bhinnava deepte agnau pradipita Ravanam nopatishtheyam. I will never accept Ravana, come what may, even if I am cut into pieces, okay, or burnt in glowing fire. Right? Why do you shout for so long? Adin Sulra. Kim pralapena vaschiram. She is telling the Rakshasi there. Forget about me taking the hands of Ravana. I'm never going to accept it. Khyata prajna kritagnyascha sanukoshascha raghavaha sadrutto niranukroshaha shanke madbhagya sanshayate. Raghavaha khyataha prajnaha. Ramachandra, he is a renowned person. He is a prajna and he is a kritagnya. Right? Sanukroshaha, he is somebody who is kind-hearted. Sadvrtaha, well-behaved, right? One who has a very good vritti. Vritti vartana jivane is the meaning of vritti. Right? Do you have a sadvritti? Nalla udyogathukku poriya abdinaka? Are you going to Google, Facebook? Abdinra madri question. Right? Nalla vritti achindagana, you have a right thought process. You are able to lead life in a proper manner. So that is the person called Ramachandra. Sadvrtaha. Madbhagya sanshayate, due to my misfortune, niranukroshaha shanke. Right? He perhaps has turned pitiless to me. There is no doubt, Abdingra. So this is the point where she is probably blaming her husband. She is not yet listening to her and being there at the right point of time. Rakshasanam janasthane sahasrani chaturdasha Yenaikena nirastani samam kimna bhipadyate. Na ivlo kashtatla irukken. Can you not hear me? You are the person who killed many Rakshasas in the Janasthana. Yeah, Janasthana is close to Nashik, I believe. That is where a very big battle happened, and Ramachandra killed many Rakshasas there. And where are you right now? Abdina or question mark podra. Okay. Maybe we will end our session here today. Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. Samsarada Chirad Bhava Muktaha. Guru Charanambuja. Krishna Krishna Sendriyamasaniyamadeo Drakshasi Nija Hridayastham Devam. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Muthamate. Ye Kayena Vacha Manasa Indriyirva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Swabhavate Karomi Yadhat Sakalam Parasmai Shrimanarayana Samarpayami Sarvam Shri Ramachandra Arpanamastu. I have a set of slokas for today, which perhaps you may compose this. Virato Shubhamanascha Shreyaso Rahulascha me Chatvaro Bahukuryantam Shatpadi cha punah punah. Virat, Shubman Gill, Shreyas, and Rahul. Chatvaro Bahukuryantam. May they hit many boundaries. Shatpadi cha punah punah. Many sixers. Shatamanena bahuna priyantam rasikaniman. Right? Ante cha vijayam yantu panchakanduka kesarinaha. May all these people hit many centuries, and all the Rasikas here should be pleased because of that. These are the batsmen. Antecha Vijayam Yantu. May the following people, Pancha Kanduka Kesarinaha, those who are lying among the bowlers. Who are they? Shami Bumra Jadeja cha Sirajo Kuladipakaha. So may these players, right, bowlers who are Shami, Bumra, Jadeja and Siraj and Kuldeep, may they bring glory to India through bowling. Athava Vijayam Yantu Madhyamasto Janaschaye. If these all people fail, at least let the umpires help us win. Bharato Vijayo Bhutva Param Shreyamavapsyata. In this manner, may India win and acquire glory. Okay. So with these words, we'll end our session today. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghavan.
Thank you, Raghavanji.
Raghavanji, would you mind sharing that verse with us, please?
Yes, I'll repeat it once again. Virato Shubhamanascha Shreyaso Rahulascha me Chatvaro Bahukuryantam Shatpadi cha punah punah Shatamanena bahuna Priyantam Rasikaniman Ante cha Vijayam yantu Panchakanduka kesirinaha Shami Bumra Jadeja cha Sirajo Kuladipakaha Athava Vijayam yantu Madhyamastaye janaha Bharato Vijayi Bhutva Param Shreyamavapsyata. I'll share this with you. Okay.
ஒரு இது கூட நீங்க நெகட்டிவா ஆஸ்திரேலியாவை பத்தி சொல்லல. ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம்.
It's very beautiful, Raghavanji. Very beautiful.
Thank you. I was just thinking about this today morning. So let us go ahead and enjoy the rest of the day.
Yes. Namaskaram.
Ram Ram. Ram Ram.
Have a good day. Bye.
Ram Ram.
Thank you.
Ram Ram.
Thank you. Ram Ram.
Thank you.